Hey Canucks fans, Canucks owner Francesco Aquilini has spoken, and if we are to believe what he said, Jim Benning and Travis Green are safe. My second video of the day, so I won't give you the long intro, but I do want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, Simalexander, Just Incredible, and nucksfan29, as well as all the members of all levels. Your names are in the description. Thanks for your support. Okay, Francesco Aquilini just tweeted out a few minutes ago a series of, let's see, is it 6 or 7? Let's go with 6 tweets. And I'm going to read them in their entirety. I won't bother editing them and putting them into this video. I'll just link to his account below in the description. But let's listen to these unedited, and then I have a lot of things to say. This has been a unique year for everyone. Roster changes, very little training camp, no preseason, and just a few practice days. It takes time for players to fit in and a new group chemistry to take hold, both on and off the ice. Of course, I'm disappointed by our poor start, but the last thing we're going to do is panic. We've been better in recent games, and I believe we'll continue to improve. Our fans are passionate and knowledgeable. They have every right to express themselves. But when the media starts pouring gas on the fire, dealing in rumors and misinformation as if it's fact, it's time for me to speak up. Contrary to what you may have read or heard, we're sticking to the path we're on, building on our core of young talent. Progression is not always a straight line. There's no easy fix, only patience, commitment, and hard work. Like Besser, Pettersson, and Hughes, Höglander was an excellent pick. It looks like he'll be a great part of our future. Our hockey group believes Podkolzin will step right into the lineup as well. I have full confidence in Jim, Travis, and this group. I have no plans to make changes. Hashtag we are all Canucks. So again, that's the entire 6 tweets in their in their entirety, and I will put a link to them in below in the description. So naturally, people are going crazy on Twitter reacting to this. The majority of people upset, wanting to see heads roll, wanting to see a change, wanting Francesco to admit whatever they want to admit, wanting just something different. People are threatening to cancel their season tickets. People saying, basically calling him to task. And I'm going to take a more of a neutral stance here and just talk about what he actually did say. I've expressed myself before in that I think if anything changes, it's Jim Benning before Travis Green. I don't know if it makes sense to do that in the middle of the season. I do like Travis Green a lot. Benning I'm okay with. I like him as a person. Not sure if he's the best GM. But it's interesting. Usually when an owner gives something like this, they call it the vote of confidence. The kind of, negative way of looking at it would be, it's basically the kiss of death. As soon as someone gets a vote of confidence, they're usually fired pretty quickly. And I'd say sometimes that is true. If you use words like "I'm confident in our group" or they're doing fine for now. Yeah, I've seen it in the past where a GM or manager or a coach has been fired. But with this one, I think it's a little different because the fact that Francesco says in the final tweet, I have full confidence in Jim, Travis, and this group. So yeah, you might say, well, there's the vote of confidence. There's the kiss of death, Clay. But he follows it up with, I have no plans to make changes. And I think that's a key point here. I have full confidence in Jim, Travis, and the group. So he mentioned Jim Benning, GM, Travis Green, the coach, even though Travis Green got no contract. And I have no plans to make changes. It would be different if he ended the tweet with, I have full confidence in Jim, Travis, and this group, period. We're all Canucks. Then I think you can read more into the fact that there's a chance he'll make changes because that's, as I've been talking about, the kiss of death, so to speak. But the fact that he doubles down and says, I have no plans to make changes, it would look really bad if he ends up making changes in the near future because people would then go back to this tweet and then you wouldn't be able to believe anything that Francesco Aquilini says going forward. So that's why, for better or for worse, I do believe him when he says that he has full confidence and that he doesn't plan to make any changes. Now, of course, if the Canucks continue to lose 6 more games and they lose, they're losing 5-1 and 6-0 and 8-2, then I think that's a little different. But he's seeing improvement in the team. A couple other things I want to point out. He starts off by talking about what everyone had: no training camp, very little training camp, no preseason. just a few practice days and roster changes. You could say that to everyone. You could say that it takes a while for every team to gain chemistry. But I will give the Canucks a pass on this one for sure. Not the fact that they brought in new guys, that was their own doing, but the fact that they have had the least amount of practice time in the league. They played the most games, and I've talked about that before. It's not an excuse, but it is. I think that part's a valid reason. In the second tweet, he talks about he's disappointed by the poor start, but he doesn't want to panic, and he's seen improvement. That's fair. The third one is the interesting one. Our fans are passionate and knowledgeable. Yes, indeed. They have every right to express themselves. Yes, indeed. But when the media starts pouring gas on the fire, dealing in rumors and misinformation as if it's fact, it's time for me to speak up. Okay, so we've heard Sat Shaw, Dan Murphy, other people, Elliot Friedman, so not just local, but national people talking about that a change is imminent, that Jim Benning might be on his way out. So Francesco Aquilini obviously hears these things, whether they are true or not. He doesn't like the fact that it's out there, and he decides to put his foot down right here. So this isn't going to help. Obviously, media members are going to get their back up. They're saying that they're doing their job. They're saying, how can you question my sources? Because we've got to trust that the media members wouldn't be just saying stuff to start stuff. So that's where these things usually break down, right? It's the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. There's what the Francesco Aquilini says. There's what the media says. And then, like I said, the truth is likely somewhere in the middle because no one's outright lying, but maybe the sides are stretching the truth a little bit. I don't know. That's not for me to judge. And then the last three, he talks about the path, drafting well, building young players, that it's going to take some hard work, commitment, patience, and he goes on to name some players. So quite interesting to drop on a Saturday at 4:30, 2.5 hours before basically what's a must-win game. And I just finished tweeting. I said, at the start of the season, I was hoping the Canucks were going to finish in third, and now I'm hoping that they're going to win a game. And it's sad, but it's true. I was trading messages with Lego Rocks, Gio, earlier today, just saying it's tough to vlog about a team that isn't winning all the time. It's a lot more fun when you're vlogging about a team that is winning. So I throw this out to you, Canucks fans. Would love to know your thoughts. And I think, in the comments below, talk about whatever you want. Talk about if you like Aquilini, if you don't like Aquilini, whatever. But what I'm really interested in is, do you believe him in that final tweet where he says that he has full confidence in Jim, Travis, and this group, and that he has no plans to make changes? That's, I guess, the biggest question to me. For better or for worse, I do believe him because of everything I stated. I just think if he does make changes, he won't have any credibility left because people will have the receipts. They will have this tweet in front of them. But maybe it's the typical vote of confidence, and maybe he doesn't care, and maybe he will go against his word if the Canucks do poorly. So Canucks fans, that's my question of the day to you is, do you believe him when he says that he has no plans to make changes? And overall, what are your thoughts overall on his series of tweets? Leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply. As always, subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to, become a member of this channel if you like to. Make sure you join me for my post-game live stream tonight just before 10 o'clock. And I can't wait to see tonight's Canucks performance. Let's hope they win. Have a great night. God bless. Enjoy the game. Go Canucks go.